We just chatted with Kim Marie Ross on the importance of knowing your why, especially if you want to make a change in your life. For Dennis Brooks in Rochester, this why is his 4 kids. So get this. He decided to make his health a priority. He's dropped 75 pounds.
Wow. So he did it with the help of Livea Weight Control Centers, and he's today's Beyond the Scale success story.
That we're talking about Livea and food, I can be like a dog with a bone sometimes. You know, if there's a problem and sometimes you just got to figure it out and nothing else matters, right?
That is a good way to look at life. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your journey with Livea and the beginning when you kind of thought like, I want to do something different here.
Right. So I mean, I've always been a heavy person, and I mean heavy as in, I mean, I was fit and athletic in college. I mean, I played football, I was an athlete, but always had weight, I guess, to me. So I've always kind of used that as like a crutch, like, oh, you know, I'm just a heavy person, you know. I got to the point where I could tell my health was really being affected by my weight, and So, I knew of the Livea program, and I connected with the team there and here in Rochester. And I decided, I had heard an interview somewhere where it's like, you don't see old fat people. And I thought, that's true. If I want to be old, I'm going to have to thin down. And they really presented a plan to me that was specific for me in my body type, and it goes beyond just, oh, I'm going to eat less, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It really is strategic. And so since June 13th, we're just over 5.5 months, and I've lost 75 pounds. And it's kind of plugging in those things into my everyday. So, I mean, it is a challenge, and it is something you have to work at and be mindful of, but it's not so far out of my normal routine. It's just plugging different pieces into those routines that are going to benefit me.
What have been the biggest things that you've noticed in terms of the health impact?
I used to have indigestion, heartburn, acid reflux all the time. I just realized, last week, I haven't had that for months. I stopped snoring, according to my wife. Yeah, right. I sleep better. I breathe better.
As you kind of think about, that next half of your life, do you feel more confident going into it? Like, I'm going to get to enjoy this part of my life.
Just little things. You're going to enjoy the vacations more. You go to amusement parks. Hey, I fit in this seat and the bar comes down. I can go on more rides. Yeah, the mobility part and just fitting in to not just your clothes, but to other things in life. It's huge.
Dennis, what a guy.
He looks great,
He
man.
was so nice to chat with, and I just loved his priority of his kids and just wanting to, we were talking about how he just wants to move through the world a little bit easier and how that's what happened to him. And I think Dennis has always felt great about himself. I mean, he seems like a really great guy, and this was kind of what he needed to just like live the way that he wanted to live.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize the part about the not snoring, because a lot of times we're going through these transformations for ourselves, but also it can benefit your spouse as well to not be woken up by the snoring.
No one wants to be woken up by snoring. No.
I know. Well, good for you. So the holidays can be tough when it comes to how much we're eating and drinking. We all know that. Just ask our executive producer, Mike Marcotte. Mike has been on the Livea program for over a year, and every week he gets one-on-one support at the Livea Center in Roseville. He's set a goal to work on to help keep his weight in check.
You can get started with Livea now with their Black Friday offer. You can join today, get 50% off, plus GLP-1 medications start at $199, and you can learn more on TwinCitiesLive.com.
Livea, the trusted expert in weight management, is revolutionizing the way clients reach their goals. Your health, your way. Get started on your weight loss journey the Livea way. Call 855-GO-LIVEA or visit Livea.com.